What's up, everybody, and welcome to another session of the Let's Talk Show by Interlingua. Today, we're going to have a little bit of heartwarming vibe because we're going to talk about animation. Now, you probably think that we are strictly referring to cartoons when you hear the word animation, but really put some thought to it. And how many non-realistic things you have watched throughout your life that have influenced you in some way, in the way that you talk, in the way that you behave, in the way that you see the world. Because sometimes a good animation speaks from the heart. A good animation is to show what real life can't, whether it's from magic or just to send a powerful message in a very digestive way. But enough about me. This is a group roundtable. This is a group thing. So let's bring out our guests. So coming back to the Let's Talk Show, we have Adri and Carmen. What's up, ladies? Welcome back. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we have already Halloween vibes over here. Yeah. Fun. The day is upon us. Well, the three of us are in the frame, so let's just set the atmosphere for the show and let's talk about this topic that I think we're all very fond of, the animation. Tell me, ladies, when was your first approach to it, or when did you start seeing animation as a significant form of art? What do I mean by this? I mean, of course, as a little kid, I watched cartoons pretty much like anybody else. But something happened when I went to the movies one time, and I saw a different type of animation. It was made out of computer. It felt like a video game. It seemed real at that time, but at the same time it didn't. And I'm talking about the Toy Story movie. Yes, I did see it when it came out first. It was a life-changing experience, and it was like nothing I've ever seen before. Nothing. And of course, it caught my eye. It was made by Pixar. Needless to say that I've watched every single movie that came out from that studio ever since. What was an experience like that? Tell me an experience or share me an anecdote, kind of like that, when it comes to animation for you ladies. Who wants to start? It's open. The world is yours.
Well, I think that I don't know. I don't remember like the exact moment, but
Yeah.
for example, I remember once I was just listening to music, and I don't normally watch the videos of the songs. Like I don't know, that's not something I do. But there's a song called "The Wolf," I think, and it has very the video is a very cool animation, but I suppose it's done by a local artist. I mean, not local like super local, because he did a video for a song, no? But I mean, you could basically see the animation process, no? And it was very, very, very cool. And also, for example, I think like there's some special moments in my life, no? Like, for example, that I remember for you, it was Toy Story. For me, it was Brave, when
Whoa.
because the hair, the clothes, the textures, for example, I don't know, the way that the characters moved, for example, for me was like amazing. I loved that movie, and I saw it when I was probably like 10 years old, I think. Yes, I would say probably those two things. I mean, that is the first one is a video that like it's not like maybe significant for me, but I like it very much. And the movie was like very powerful. And more recently, of course, Pinocchio. Like, uh, I don't know. Not the Disney one.
Okay. Yes, I was going to ask you, well, which one? Which one? Because this was, I was
Yes,
hoping for the one of Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
Yes, the movie was amazing. Like, I don't know, the details, the movements, the music, everything. And I liked that. I think probably that was one of the first times that I remember that the public in general saw animation or animation as something that is not only for kids, no, but like, um, I mean, of course, there are a lot of people who have always thought that, but I think that that movie is going to be very important for history in a couple of years.
I mean, it was a great movie. I mean, it deals with war, death, personal losses. Did you see it, Adri? By the way?
I did, but I never finished it, actually.
Okay, this is interesting. Why not?
I think it's because, especially after the pandemic, I started having a really bad span of attention. So if there's something that really doesn't interest me, like 5 minutes, I am not interested in the movie, then I am not going to continue watching it. I guess just not going to continue rolling, and I'm just going to continue doing something else. I became my mom. So I never finished watching it.
That was a great punchline. That was a great punchline. However, Carmen said something. No, okay, it's like a self-accomplished prophecy. I heard an expression like that. I don't know if I just said it correctly, but you get what I mean, right? However, Carmen said something very interesting, like some that animation sometimes gets linked directly for kids, but if something that this movie shows is that you can tell a lot of heavy topics. You can express a lot of heavy topics through this art form. Another one that it's supposedly for kids because it was marketed that way, and you give me vibes from it. I'm sure you've seen it. Please tell me I'm correct. Coraline.
Yes.
Yeah, of course you guys have seen it. What about you, Ali? You saw it? What did you think of it?
Yes, and I did. I really like it. It's a really nice movie.
And why were you into it? Help me to express my point a little bit. Help me to get there.
Well,
what did you like about that movie?
It is supposedly to be a kids movie, but I've seen a lot of people comment that it's a little bit too traumatic for kids. I agree. I am not like the best aunt, as you could say, because I forced my niece and my nephew to watch Coraline. I also forced them to watch Spirited Away. And sadly, the second one made them cry the first time, so we had to stop watching it. But with Coraline, I like it because it shows the deals to be a kid. Like with busy parents, you have you have Coraline that she wants the attention of her parents, so she starts being a kid, and the parents are very busy, so they're like, no, and that part of being ignored was what created the whole problem. So it makes you think about what could have happened if the parents just had given her a little bit more attention.
And of course, the imagery is a little disturbing at once.
Yes. That the witch, or for example, the witch, or I don't know what it is like she always tries to feel whatever the kids need, no? So for example, and of course, I think maybe that is another important point, that probably nobody has a perfect life, or only a few people have a perfect life. So probably if her parents had given her enough attention, there would have been something else, Maybe she would have wanted more money. Maybe she would have wanted more friends. maybe she would have wanted a bigger house, like, or an unicorn, no, like something that of course doesn't exist in real life. But I mean, if they could have given it to her, it's like, oh wow, no. So maybe also that, like, like that's also why that movie is like so strong, no? Because it has like a message that nobody can escape, no, or nobody can escape from. Sorry.
And because of the animation, it's a good way to receive it. Like, because what Adri said, I mean, maybe sometimes you gotta be really hooked in onto something for you to like appreciate it. And in animation, it's a very powerful tool to send away those plots, those issues that a lot of people can relate. And just like you said, Adri, I think a bunch of kids have dealt with that situation. And because we look at it animated, we just sometimes take it for granted, and we just are like, man, it's just a cartoon. But no, the kids are out there. The kids want to be listened sometimes, and the kids, feel a lot of stuff. And speaking about feelings and about what how can animation impact our lives, let's bring a little bit something to the table right here from our own perspective and from our own experiences. For the first time ever, ladies, let's do our recommendation session for this topic. Of course, there's a lot of tons of material, and we have fed from animation in different ways. There are plenty of genres. There are plenty of movies, even video games, cartoons. Why not anime? But has there been one that really means to you, or one that you think it deserves to be watched by a lot of people? Let me just begin. Recently, like a couple of months ago, I discovered this anime movie. I watched a lot of anime, and I'll deal with that later. But for this point, yes, I got a lot of things to get on my chest right now. But for the sake of this round, it was a grateful and yet traumatizing experience. It was an anime movie called Perfect Blue, and I didn't expect anything from it. I just heard in a video that I had to watch it, that it was very good. It was very well told, very well made. And later, I found out that this movie influenced Black Swan, that disturbing ballet movie. Mm-hmm. When I watched it, yes, for many times it felt uncomfortable. For many minutes, I felt anxious, and some of the vibes that the movie gives you are pretty disturbing. It was an anime made in the 90s, but it's amazing how it works today, because the topic, it's still hot right now, which is a famous person. If I can sum it up really quickly, it's about a famous person being haunted by crazy fans, by her decisions, and by the pressure that the world lays upon her. It's a female singer that wants to be an actress, and she deals with these three things. But the way it is told, the way that the music also interferes with the issues, it's amazing. And that would be my recommendation for you and for all of our viewers. Perfect Blue is the name of the movie. Wants to give me some recommendations as well?
Maybe for me right now would be I've told you like several times this month that I've been watching all over again One Piece, and I would definitely recommend it. I know a lot of people are scared because it's more than 1,000 episodes, and oh my god. But it talks about so many things that it makes you think a lot. And now that I am rewatching it, it makes me think a lot about the main, Luffy. And he's a kid. And we sometimes forget that when we are watching the show, like we expect more of him, but hey, wait, it's a teenager. Wait. And I remember when I was watching, I think it was a Water 7 arc. I don't remember really what arc it was, but it's when they get Frankie and everyone was attacking him. And it was like, wait, I didn't do anything. But nobody was listening to him and they were attacking him. And I thought, damn, who hasn't gone through that you're trying to explain yourself but nobody believes you?
Wow.
I think that anime gives you a lot of emotions. They make you feel happy, they make you feel sad, they make you feel worried, they make you feel angry for the characters. So I think it's a really good show. And now that they made the live action, it's a really perfect way to experience it in a shorter, different way. So yeah, I would recommend One Piece alone.
You and Samuel L. Jackson have recommended it. Have you watched that video?
No, my God, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, he's in a podcast.
No, continue.
He's in a podcast with Howard Stern, and well, in one of the answers, he said that he watches anime, and Howard Stern says like, "Wow, do you watch anime?" And he replies with the same question, like, "Yeah, do you?" And he says, "Oh no, because I think I'm too old. I think it's for kids." And Samuel L. Jackson immediately said, "The storytelling and some of the plots where the characters are involved, are told in a very, very, very masterful way that he recommends everyone to watch it." Samuel L. Jackson. I'm like, yes, sir. I will, because I'm behind, but I will try to catch up. So that's for all of our viewers. If Samuel L. Jackson said it and Adri said it, how can they be wrong? They are not.
I don't know if you know her, Jamie Lee Curtis. She's quite famous, honestly. But,
yeah, I still have a crush on her.
She loves One Piece too, and she even requested to be on the second season of the live action.
Yeah.
So when I heard that, I was like, oh my God.
That Chopper is her favorite character, right? I think she mentioned that. Chopper. Toby Chopper. Oh. Carmen, what about you? What could you recommend us and the viewers to watch?
I think that, I really, really love a good story, but to be honest, I also, I love it when you have a screen and I literally feel like you can stop and watch every single detail, no? I love that, when you start, moving your eyes through the screen and trying to catch every detail. So, for me, it will be Arcane, the series of League of Legends. I don't play League of Legends. I have never played. But the movie is incredible. The story is very good. But something I really, really love about that series is the colors that they use and the lights, because there is this thing with the colors. For example, purple is the colors of the royalty, or rich people. Green is normally for something dirty, for something that is bad, no? And sorry, it's because in this moment of my life, I am doing a lot of research about theory of color. So that series is I don't know, it's everything you can ask for about theory of colors, no? Also, it has this really steampunk style, no, of animation. And it's of course, it's 3D animation, but it is, I don't know how it's called, but of course you can paint on the 3D models, no? And they paint them to look like 2D animation or paintings, if you take a screenshot or any frame of the series and you observe it carefully, there are many things that seem to be painted by hand, no? Or they have this special brush. So it's beautiful. It's the perfect combination between 3D animation, 2D lighting, theory of color, the stories, characters, everything. It's a piece of art. And season 2 is coming this year.
Would you call that project for you, the most groundbreaking piece of animation that you have watched in your life?
No, but I don't know. I don't know if there's like something like that for me. No. Because for example, no, of course, with the new Spider-Man movie and everything, it's like for a lot of people, that was like something that is going to be, I don't know. Okay, that's going to be like something also that is going to mark, the beginning of a new era in animation. But something that I don't love is that now more and more movies are using the same style of animation, For example, with Puss in Boots, I think it was very cool. I loved that movie, maybe even more than the one of Spider-Man. But Arcane has a very unique style. I have never, probably my lack of experience or there must be somewhere similar, something similar somewhere in the internet, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But I have never seen anything like Arcane, like you see something and that's Arcane, nothing else.
Okay.
And yes.
You mentioned go, Adri, go.
Well, I was just going to say that maybe you could find something like that. There's a series on Netflix called Death, Love, and Robots, or Love, Death, and Robots.
Love, Death, and Robots.
And it
there is one episode. So there is one episode that is called The Witness, and I think it has like a similar style because it's like a 3D modeling with 2D painting, and it works very well. But
yeah,
one more time, the colors of Arcane are also like something very characteristic. I love it.
I think that could be like one of the best examples I can come up with in terms of telling a story through animation, because, can we all agree that series, it's not for, young audiences? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not calling kids stupid, but the issues, the themes that they go into, I mean, one of them, which is my favorite, by the way, one of the deeds with the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's so, and it only takes like 5 minutes or 7 minutes to watch the whole thing, and you get the whole point, and you got a lot of like different, a lot of different examples: digital animation, CGI, 2D, stop motion. Oh, which leads me to thinking, what could be your favorite type of animation, guys? I'm just gonna throw it in there. I just love anime. I have an issue with CGI, 100% CGI anime, but when it's done the right way, can't compare. I can live with it. What about you guys?
I think that I love old school, when people actually draw, because I think that's extremely impressive. Sometimes when I'm watching a show or when I'm watching a movie, I don't know, like for example, Snow White or The Little Mermaid, I just sit down and start thinking, damn, they did this step by step. That's all handmade. And I find it extremely amazing how they actually can make it look like they are moving. Like you don't see cuts and you know that it's all handmade. I think that's extremely impressive, and I would say that is my favorite type.
And what movie comes to your mind, or what show comes into your mind for that particular style?
I think I would go back to One Piece. Like the first episodes. When you look at it, it looks very old, like very old. But it's super well done, and it captures the essence of this show and what Oda wants to share and wants to show. So I think that's I would say that one. And I actually like how when you go from episode 1 to episode 1000, you can see the big difference in animation. And in episode 1000, they actually did like a recap. Like they showed you each character, and then they went back to the first episode. So you see the comparison of animation. You say, "Oh my god,
how they have improved."
Yeah.
What about you, Carmen?
I don't know. I think that like this mixed style of animation it would be my favorite. Like when you mix 2D and 3D, no, for example, like in Klaus, no, or I also really love stop motion, no, like the hair stop motion is like something that's so special. But yes, because the problem that I think that full 3D or CGI animation has is that it doesn't age very well, you know? Like, for example, the first Toy Story movie, no? I don't think it was the first 3D animated thing, but it is the first 3D long animated movie. And it doesn't age very well, no? Like, you see it and it's like, dude, now it looks like a cheap video game.
Yeah,
You know?
unfortunately.
Yes, and I think that when you mix it with other things, it doesn't have that problem. And the same happens with 2D animation, no? Like, since it's something like so, I don't know, traditional, maybe it's like, I don't know. Of course, there are some things that look old, but they don't look bad. You know, they don't look cheap or like they were done by I don't know, by any person. No, it's like they look old, but they look good. You know, I think that's like the difference, maybe.
And some of them could be done like which one?
Sorry, Boy and Lava Girl. But I remember it. I saw it recently, and I said, "Oh my god, I don't remember it was this bad."
Yeah, yes, of course. For example, that no. I don't know if that movie was ever good, like the animation was ever considered good, but now, of course, it looks very old, no, and not very good, let's say.
I remember watching Spy Kids 3D like all the time when it came out, and I looked back at it and I was like, whoa, did I really like this stuff? I was like, shit. But what can I say? I would really like to go on and talk about this topic, but unfortunately our time is up, ladies. But I thank you for taking the time to be with us again, and you're always welcome. You know, this is your home as well. Thank you very much for being here. Yeah. And for all of our viewers, that's it for today. But be sure to click on the Let's Talk show for more topics, more guests, and more things to discuss about, and to give yourself an opportunity to practice your English as talkers. Adri was with us. Carmen was with us. Eric Rios was in the controls. Poncho was in charge of the editing. I am Mike. Goodbye. And good night. Bye.